Hello friends, Namaste, Namaskar. You're watching Investors Time and this is Sahavir. So I have come with a new setup. This time I'm going to teach you how to make your own Excel sheet from screener.in. If at all you want to read some balance sheet, seeing those numbers has given me a headache and it has increased my eyesight as well. So what I did was, for almost like 6 months and all, I worked on macros and everything. I've started making charts so that I know the trend of these numbers. Just seeing the numbers, actually what happens is that you'll actually get a headache. And I used to dream about numbers in night as well, so it has got into an obsession level. And for that reason, I had to make it at a simplistic way, and that's where I have created an Excel sheet which transforms all those numbers into charts. That is pretty much easy. Listening like this, it feels like, oh, it is so complicated and you have done a beautiful job. But if at all you have time and if you can give time for yourself, then actually you also can prepare this Excel sheet. So in this video, we'll be talking about how to prepare an Excel sheet from screener.in, and also we will also see what is the Ben Graham rule, and also we will see what is Buffett rule. There has been a back-to-back request from one friend of mine from YouTube, and for that reason I'm specifically making this video. I have kept my Black Rose Industries Limited aside. That will be our next video, and I'm making this video for that thing. And I'll show you first my Excel sheet, and I'll tell you how you can make it. But if at all you want to buy this Excel sheet from me, it comes at a premium cost for a simple reason. The one which comes for free, it definitely doesn't have any value. And for that reason, and also you should value a little bit of my efforts as well. And for that reason, there is no compulsion. But if at all you are already into a profession, you're an IT guy or a senior manager or a doctor or something, and you don't have time but you are actually interested in it, this Excel sheet for 700 rupees and all, it doesn't cost you a lot. So let's go. We will see what we can actually do it here. So the first foremost thing which you are supposed to do is that you need to get into screener.in. This is a beautiful site. Remember screener.in, which will be very handful tool for a retail investors like us. And there is also one more thing, StockEdge app, which is also beautiful. And these two things are the pretty resourceful sources which are available for a retail investor. And get into screener.in if you're looking for Reliance Industries, then just get into the Reliance Industries. And if at all you want all this balance sheet, whatever they have provided in the website, they also have given a beautiful opportunity that we can actually transform all this into an Excel sheet. So what all you need to do is that you need to export into an Excel sheet, and by which this Excel sheet will convert all this Excel sheet numbers into charts. You will get a plain one, only the numbers, but what I get is a different thing. I'll directly switch to this instead of opening it, and this is what I get. I have a dashboard here, and if at all I also include the segments results and all. This is actually manual entry. So if I do the manual entry of all its segments businesses, then I'll get these charts. So this gives me profit contribution or revenue contribution. It also gives the individual segments revenues and PBIT as well. And if there is any trend in the revenues, if I have to speak about the petrochemical revenues, I just want to see the trend in the last 5 quarters. But this thing is a manual entry. This doesn't come automatic. This is not included in screener.in. This comes with an extra effort. So this is the another part of this which does most of the calculations on its own. I'll also tell you what all things I actually copied. So this quarterly EPS, standalone and consolidated, this actually doesn't come. And even the current market price and the industry PE, I actually do it manually in this. And I usually do it by copy pasting from the screener.in. So I'll paste this data so that I'll get this transformed into. So what I do is that I'll copy it here, by which if those all data which I've copied just now, that gets into the overview of the picture. So like this, I'll get an information. So whatever I copied from screener.in, that comes directly here. Even the EPS, I do the same thing. I'll just copy from the screener.in, which I'll not show you now just to save time. I also have a overview of this company, this whole company. I'll just get an overview. The beauty part of this is that there is also something like it will tell you the trend. If you see here, that it is saying that reserves are in an increasing trend since almost 9 years and improved to almost 38,000 crores. So it also calculates if in the last 9 years or the last 8 years or something, if it is actually decreasing trend or an increasing trend. This gives me a pretty much an overview picture. Instead of looking every chart, I just wanted in one page, I just wanted to see what that company is actually about. And for that reason, I have made this one. This is the only data that you need to enter. And there is also one more. If at all you want, you need to enter the segment revenue and the segment PBIT as well. So this does many calculations, and it will give you what is the total segment profit. And yeah, it gives you basically a chart. I have CAGR, which says, what is happening in previously in the last 3 years or 7 years. Like reserves and borrowings are transformed into like this. The return on capital employed and return on equity will be transformed into like this. And there is something like yearly margins also. And the one of my favorites is another Ben Graham model as well. Like there is a calculation which happens, and it gives me what is happening with the company and what is the valuation. Is it overvalued or it is cheaply available? So this is what basically is this Excel sheet. You can pretty much make it, and I should also tell you how to make it, right? So if you're pretty much new to Excel sheet, all you need to do is that some of the tabs you get it directly from the screener.in. So this one you actually get it at least till here, till the 25th row you will get it, and all the bottom lines, I have actually made some calculations so that this can be generated into charts. So all you need to do is that get into this profit and loss tab, and whatever data you want, like if you're looking for a chart of sales, what you need to do is that go to insert and then get into the charts, like tab. And then you select anything, like I'm selecting this one randomly just to show you got a chart style. And what a thing that you have to do is that you have to select the parameters that you want to include in this chart. It takes a bit of time to make a good representation, but definitely you can do it. That is pretty much easy. And the second part of this video, I want to speak about the Buffett rule. Buffett, somewhere in the news, I actually saw that Buffett was telling buy a company which is actually growing at a larger pace in the last 3 years, which should be actually greater than last 7 years growth and last 10 years growth. So for that reason, what I did was, you usually have to see the sales growth and the EPS growth. I mean, EPS growth of the last 3 years, CAGR growth, has to be greater than the last 7 years and 10 years CAGR growth. And that is what I've shown here. If the first column, this is a sales CAGR growth, the blue color is the last 3 years, which is 15.8%, which is actually greater than the 7 years average of 4.64. And it is also greater than 8.4% of 10 years CAGR growth. And if you come to EPS CAGR growth, it's almost similar. And I'm interested mostly in the margins, because margins speak highly about the management's performance from the factory level, and for that reason I've included margins as well. And this is pretty much about the Buffett rule, and I hope you understood what this is about, my friend. This formula was used long back. Now it is not being used, but just to get a little picture, the base picture of a company, I actually took this. But one thing, the most important thing is that I usually don't blindly follow this Ben Graham model. This is pretty old model. The beauty of the indicators or some phenomenon in investing is that only when a cluster of people, a big cluster of people follow it at the same time, then only that formula actually works. And that's the reason, all these indicators, all these cup and handle models are actually explained to you by all the biggies. Why? Because when retailers know the secret, the order flow will be huge. Pretty basic thing which you need to remember is that if many people are following one formula or an indicator, that pretty much works. And that's the reason why a moving average crossover, golden crossover, something is not perfectly working right now. But head and shoulders, cup and handles, harmonic patterns are working, because the people interest always move to a complicated things. And now those are the things which are working now. And that is the reason you need to actually upgrade yourself and learn the new things. But for now, with the Ben Graham model, I'll also tell you what is the calculation behind this. So here's the Ben Graham. Ben Graham usually said that, this is not an average EPS. He asked us to take a trailing EPS so that he can calculate what will be the target for the next thing. But I wanted a conservative approach. So what I did was, instead of trailing EPS, I actually made an average of 7 years EPS. You can even make a 3 years EPS. You can have, what you need to do is that you just need to change the calculation of it. So for now, I took an average EPS of 41.2. And here what we have considered is the long-term lowest growth rate. So if you are thinking that in this sector, in this particular company, if you think that, it will grow only at a rate of 9.5, and if you think the highest growth will be 13.6, then all you need to do is that you have to keep these values here. all I did was, I have calculated the lowest growth and the highest growth on an average in the last 7 years. But according to that, the lowest Ben Graham value came as 1137, which says that, it is overvalued because current market price is 1466. This is a pretty old sheet. This is not the current market price. And considering the highest growth, which is 13.6, we are getting 1474. So now it is almost 1%. But after this Excel sheet, I think it has went almost to 1600. That is where I say no rule actually blindly works in investing. At industry PE, if you keep it here, you will also, based on PE calculation, you will get if this is overvalued or undervalued stock. And we will go with the calculation of this. The Ben Graham for original formula is this: EPS into 8.5 plus 2G. This is the original formula, but afterwards, they have revised it. That is what they do in their next editions of book. They have edited to almost EPS into 8.5 plus 2G into 4.4 divided by Y, which is yield. And this looks very complicated, and bond market doesn't work pretty much in India. So that's the reason I have used only the original formula. I don't like complicating things. The simpler we keep, the simpler we can get into the stock and get out of the stock. If we keep on complicating it, it looks very nice. It looks that, oh, this is so interesting, but that doesn't actually work for me. And if at all you're not looking into, the average of 7 years growth, but you want to look into the trailing EPS of this stock. If you say, I'll consider that the next trailing EPS for the next March 2021 will be 45, or, I'll take it as 50, just to, exaggerate things. And if I consider the long-term growth at lowest and the highest, I'll actually get into the yearly EPS chart. Then seeing the yearly EPS chart, you can see the lowest growth is almost like 20%, and the highest growth is like 64%. So what we will do is that we will make it an average. So we will consider that 10-15% will be the average lowest growth. 12% as the lowest growth, and what we will do is that we'll put as a 20% as its highest growth. So we will change that in the Ben Graham model. So here it is 9.5, but I'll keep it as 12, and here I'll keep it as 20, by which you will get a value of this. It says that, it is still undervalued. The lowest valuation is 1625, and it is available at 1466. So you are getting a premium of 11% if at all you're buying this stock at 1466. And considering the highest growth, it has a potential of growing by 65% from the current market price of 1466 to almost 2425. This is pretty much neat, and it looks a beautiful painting, but trust me, it is not worth to blindly follow this. So this is all about this weekend's video. Hope you like this video, and if at all you have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe. Please like my video, and also don't forget to share with your friends, because sharing is caring. Let's grow together. See you. Happy investing. Stay healthy.